So guys, I'm gonna have to take down the other video I made last broadcast. Was really not done broadcast. This is called basically most of, or maybe I market. I might have to relabel this broadcast because it actually is more or less focusing more on the side quests in Wall Market rather than, you know, the introduction of Wall Market. That's why it's called the Wall Market Affairs, because we will be taking on the extra quests in Wall Market. I will include it, but I'm not going to do it this second. You can talk to Chadley to get some new materia. Specifically, if you hadn't got it already, you can get Shiva. And you can also pick up the Fat Chocobo. Again, I'm not doing it the second, so yeah. Do it if you want. What I'm going to be focusing on now is the Coliseum. So I'm going to be bypassing a lot of stuff. However, you can find throughout the rummaging of this crazy place 1200 gil in random treasure chests, a barrier materia that's just in the corner. You'll also find an ether. You will find brand new accessories and a new weapon for Cloud called the Hard Edge. A star pendant all the way down, out of, actually, believe it or not, out of Wall Market, down in the Sector 5 crossing, Sector 6 crossing to Sector 5 pathway, which is down this way. You will also, I think that's about it. The Fat Chocobo materia, and of course anything else that Chadley has to give you, master item materia, so on and so forth. There's some items you can't get right away. Don't worry about that. More importantly, you should really just look around and stuff like that. And basically just get yourself familiarized with the new region that you're in now. Basically, you're going to want to get familiarized with the second half of the middle sector, which includes Sector 6 and Sector 5. You're going to want to get familiarized with the area. They all connect, and it's pretty big. I'm not sure if we get a Chocobo in this game. I've heard that you do, but I'm not 100% on that. I'm going to find out right now, actually. Do you get a Chocobo in Final Fantasy 7 Remake? I don't think you do, but it would be awesome if you did. I think there are ways to ride Chocobos though. Yes, there are. Basically, you could ride Chocobos. Will you be able to ride Chocobo steeds in Final Fantasy 7 Remake?
According to Game Revolution, you'll be disappointed to know that you can't ride a Chocobo in FF7 Remake. It makes sense.
Okay. So you can't, but the place is pretty big.
Successfully navigate a Chocobo.
That's the problem. But they navigate a Chocobo, that's the weird thing. We'll be seeing that in the next game, I'm sure. That's the thing. There is a Chocobo search, though, actually, to restore the Chocobos. So I guess that's sort of, the indication that we'll actually have Chocobos to ride next time around. Because you could literally go all the way here, all the way back to Sector 5. All on foot, and there's no fast travel. You have to do it all by foot. I mean, it's really a huge ass place. I mean, it's a huge comparison to what we're, you know, in light of what this game was back on the PlayStation 1. There are plenty of areas. And the train graveyard nowadays is fucking completely overhauled now. And just as much of a pain in the ass as it's ever been. Anyway, so I'm not even gonna bother with all that right now. I'm gonna be getting into what's to come next. But you definitely want to go to the weapon shop and pick up all the new shit they have to offer. Which is, for starters, the Hard Edge, which is one of his cooler weapons and one of his most powerful weapons. It's got one of the highest attack ratings by the end of the game. And he learns a really good ability that's basically like a super powerful version of Braver that costs an extra ATB that is utilized specifically on staggered targets to really fuck them up. It's probably one of his better abilities, actually, and that's called Equalizing Divine Equalizer, I think. That's right. Alright. This thing will be about, I'm not going to equip the Hard Edge. I'm just going to demonstrate the fact that it is the highest attack rating by far. However, the most evenly rounded is the Buster Blade. Buster Sword. Nail Bat specializes in luck and critical hits and basically HP, shit like that. Everything, every weapon has specific use. And they basically kind of like express it within their use. Like Iron Blade is good for DPS and materia building. I mean, you get a lot from the Iron Blade though. It's another really good weapon. Not gonna lie, it offers a lot of defense. It's really good in that respect. See, defense goes up by 13. Buster Sword just offers a real even keel on the other two stats, magic and attack. But I'm gonna equip the Hard Edge. Does it have the even slots? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, Hard Edge actually looks pretty dope, not gonna lie. I like the way it looks. And it's actually pretty strong. It's pretty dope. One of his cooler weapons, actually. I like the Nail Bat personally, though. Alright, so we're gonna get started now. No chit chat. So let me just open this up real quick. I just X all this shit out. I have a lot of stuff open. Close all. At this point now, anyway. Unless I can get to it real quick. Oh, I can, I think. Here it is. Alright, so I went with Madame Madel. You don't have to go to Madame Madel, but she'll send you to the Coliseum. Most likely you'll end up getting Madame Madel, though, if you choose not to play the game with the two-headed coin that the Cowboy Sam dude has. He actually gives you. He's a ringer for the show girls or whatever lineup. He's one of the trio. Andrea Rodea. I think it's Andrea Rodea. The Honeybee and Madame Medell at the massage parlor. They call her Madame M, but her name is Madame Medell. If you wanted to know. Madame Medell is probably the best person to go with, though. That's how I went with. You'll find out later on. That's how Cloud will end up becoming dressed. I think Cloud will end up becoming dressed depending on who sends you to the Coliseum. If it's Madame Medell who sends you to the Coliseum, you'll be dressed in what she thinks is best. Alright, so open the curtain and head inside to begin. After having Madame Medell do her massage on you. Now that the Coliseum's open, we'll be actually going to a couple of main story event fights that we'll have to take on. So before continuing, we're going to have to adjust our materia and equip fire and ice. Like I said, the hard edge. Equipped with fire and elemental would probably be a good idea. We should also maybe reset our slots too, to make the most of them. I might do that. It's actually not a bad idea, because we have a couple of boss fights to take on. First of these boss fights is the the Beast Master, and the two Bloodhounds, in which fire and ice prior to that. Bloodhounds weak to ice. Humans, as usual, weak to fire. So go to Chadley, and you may unlocked. It's actually recommended to realign some of your shit, because you could probably get better stuff, is what I'm trying to say here. Basically, once you open up a new sub-core for your weapon, it stays opened even when you reset. You'll have that